Yeah, you know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. Purple and white, but you know what I mean. Double 11 senior year made history. Football, we took it to the playoffs. Collegeville, white and purple, yeah, we are the K-House. I said the K-House, the school of champions. We laugh a lot, we rap a lot. I'm asked to be an Indian again. I'm telling them that Collegeville is where it's at. So when we on the field of court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that. Of course, look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, it's Collegeville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a K-Hawk. I'm about to graduate. Yeah. You know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1, 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the cheapest crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play no sports. I play my cards right. Now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm the back cause everybody rolling with me. K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Look, all the freshmen, come forward.
High school, champions.
Yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good almost evening, everyone, and welcome to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here on the campus of Collegeville High School. My name is Todd Duke. Glad that you're taking some time out of your Thursday and spending it here with us as we get you ready for a little Kahok volleyball action, as your Collegeville Kahawks will take on the Belleville East Lancers in the Southwestern Conference opener. And we welcome you into the pregame show, brought to you tonight by Chiropractic Works in Collegeville, owned and operated by Dr. Chris McCluskey. He and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collegeville, 410 Regency Center, just off of the Beltline Road in Collegeville, or give them a call at 618-343-3602 or online at chiropracticworkscollegeville.com. We are a bit early. That is because the JV contest went by lickety-split. The first match took about 12 minutes to take care of as the Belleville East Lancers took care of your Collegeville Kahawks 25-9. A little bit more competitive in the second matchup, but Belleville East still came out on top of that one by a score of 25-16. So we are going to get you ready for this varsity contest. We do not have a pregame interview. I had one set up with one of the seniors. We're going to start our senior interviews with the Collinsville Kahok volleyball team, and we go in numerical order, and number one is Joey Rauch. And when I got here, Joey was pressed into duty for the JV game, so I made all my notes to get ready to interview Joey and no one else, so I couldn't just pivot over to someone else because I didn't have my notes all ready to go for anyone else except for Joey. So we'll try to plan ahead next time and make sure that that doesn't happen again. But the next time we have a boys volleyball game, you can bet your bottom dollar I'll be talking things over with Joey Rauch. Well, after a season opening loss at Jackson, Missouri to Saxony Lutheran High School in 5 sets, the Kahoks have rattled off 3 straight wins. A 2-set sweep of Granite City in the home opener, a comeback win at Alton Marquette on Monday, and a 2-set sweep at home last night of Jabot Catholic High School of Waterloo. Last night's win was 25-12 and 25-11. Kahoks started last season by winning 3 of their first 4 games and then played Belleville East for that Southwestern Conference opener, just like they are now. The more experienced Lancers taking the match in 2 sets, 25-5 before Collinsville even knew what hit them in that first set last year. And then 25-15 after Collinsville shook off the cobwebs. That loss started a 4-game losing streak, all to Southwestern Conference teams. Same setup this season, as tonight's match starts the first of 4 straight matches with Southwestern Conference teams. Lancers, they have already played in 8 matches this season, and they come in at 6-1-1. They won 4 straight to start the year, including wins over 2 schools that Collinsville played. 2-set sweeps for Belleville East over Granite City to start their season, and then they did beat Saxony Lutheran in match number 3 after a win versus Duchesne. Belleville East and Jefferson High School out of Rockford played a 2-set tie. The only loss for Belleville East thus far came in the next match, a 2-1 loss to St. Xavier High School out of Louisville, Kentucky. Lancers won the middle set in that one, and the Lancers have won 2 straight since. Both went all 3 sets over Whitfield and versus crosstown rival Althoff on Monday. All right, we're going to take a break here in the pregame show festivities, and when we come back, we will set the starting rosters for both sides, and then we'll get things going here. It's Collinsville. They're 3-1 on the year versus Belleville East, 6-1-1. Collinsville, of course, coached by Mike Nichols in his second year. He is now 11-14. Joe Nesbitt is the coach of Belleville East. He is in his 9th year. He started this program back in 2008 and coached 2 years, went 32-14-2, then came back in 2017, and he's been here ever since. He's won 101, lost 52, and tied 1 in that time. So you add them together, and Nesbitt has 133 wins, 66 losses, and 3 ties. Time for a break. We'll be back in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
The Ortho Gold TRT tissue regeneration machine is revolutionary new technology. It's known as a shockwave machine. In the hospital setting, it's lithotripsy. The machine looks sort of like an ultrasound head, but it's much different technology. It drives sound waves into tissue at 3,500 miles an hour. It's a 3 to 5 minute non-invasive treatment. This is revolutionary technology. It's great for acute, which means, injured tissue. New injuries per se. Also chronic conditions. We have many people who have canceled knee replacements and shoulder replacements and treated lots of plantar fasciitis, foot, ankle problems. Overall, the OrthoGold TRT soft wave machine is revolutionary technology. We've been very excited to bring it to our practice, and we've already helped a tremendous amount of people with it, and we're looking forward to helping a lot more.
Projects in and around your home can be daunting and overwhelming. Take the stress out of those projects and let AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions do all the heavy lifting. Former Kahok Adam Welly can help knock those projects off your list. From framing drywall, painting, and stair work inside to deck work, hardscapes, and concrete and retaining wall construction outside your home, including power washing and brush removal. Whatever the task, AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions can help. Call Adam Welly for a free estimate at AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions, 314-252-8010. That's 314-252-8010. The people of Illinois welcome you. The folks in Collinsville, Illinois, well, they want you to stick around for a while and enjoy the sights.
the fun, the food, and of course, the Collinsville Kahawks. The city of Collinsville is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District. So welcome to Collinsville. Come on over, catch a Kahawks game, or enjoy some of the new places to eat, shop, and have fun. There's plenty to do for the young and the young at heart. Enjoy Christmas at the Collins House during the holidays, tunes at Bloom in the warm summer months, and more. There's plenty to do in Collinsville, so come on over for a bit. The folks in Collinsville would love to see you. For more information, go to www.collinsville.org.
Collinsville Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Collinsville Barbecue Supply is one-of-a-kind barbecue headquarters that focuses on everything barbecue and cooking, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, in-person class instruction, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts, including an in-house chef and pit master. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs and sauces that support our nation's first responder and military organizations that focus on providing aid to the fallen, suicide prevention, and PTSD awareness. Stop by and see the guys at Collinsville Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Collinsville Barbecue Supply, home of the 4-time World Championship Patriot Sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at collinsvillebarbecue.com. Keep your ride shiny and clean with Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville. Owner Jay Merkel and his crew at Extreme Details believe in the value of community and in helping their community hold the value of their vehicles with a sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details can handle any job, whether you drive a small car, an SUV, or even a bus or RV. No job is too big or too small at Extreme Details. Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal, no matter what you drive: cars, trucks, motorcycles, boats, and more. Plus, Extreme Details can handle fleet vehicles for you and your company. Call Jay and the gang at Extreme Details at 618-977-1224. Check for periodic specials on the Extreme Details Facebook page. Put the shine in your ride with Extreme Details, 618-977-1224. And once again, welcome back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, getting you ready for this volleyball matchup between Collinsville and Belleville East. Here are your starters. We'll begin with the Lancers. You will find Caleb Day. He is a junior, and he is a middle hitter. Camden Desjardins is a junior. He'll play libero. Luke Frepon is a senior outside hitter, as is Marcus Johnson. Tanner Stinnett is a senior setter. Jared Conway is a senior middle hitter, and Will Kick is a senior, and he'll play the right side. For Collinsville, Luke Geisen and Jack Geisen out there, both seniors. Luke is a setter, and Jack is an outside hitter. Your libero is Matthew Falby, another center. Middle hitter, another senior, Jake Wilkinson. Your right side hitter is Tyrone Ely, a 6'6 senior. John Carl is the outside hitter, a 6-foot senior. And the only non-senior in the starting lineup tonight is your middle hitter, number 22, Stanley Carnahan. Collinsville on the left side of your screen, dressed in their home white uniforms. Numbers on the fronts and the backs in purple. They have the word Kahawks written across the tops on the backs of their jerseys. And Matthew Falby is out there on the far side sideline. He is the only one wearing purple because he is the libero. For Belleville East, they have on the sky blue jerseys and the midnight blue shorts. And on their jerseys, they have white numbers on the fronts and the backs, and they have their little logo over their heart on their shirts. Their libero, Camden Desjardins, is wearing the midnight blue jersey and the white shorts, and the Lancers have the word Lancers underneath of their numbers on their jerseys. We are just about ready to go. JV team lost in straight sets, 25-9, 25-16. We understand there's a freshman match going on in the auxiliary gym. As soon as we get word on that, we will let you know. Here is Camden Desjardins. He will start things off with a serve for Belleville East. He has the signal, and we are underway. Collinsville will take it in the back. Falby will send it up front. Geisen over to Ely. Ely gets it over, and that finds an empty spot, and Collinsville has a 1-0 lead. These two teams met last year, of course, in the same conference. They play each other twice. Belleville East took both of those matches. And both of those matches ended up in straight set wins for the Lancers. I told you the 25-5 and 25-15 loss at Belleville. Here's the first serve of the game for Collinsville by Jack Geisen, and Collinsville picks up another point, and quickly they are out front to a 2-0 lead. Kahok's fared a little bit better. The rematch here at home, but still fell 25-14, 25-20. Next serve by Geisen goes out, and it's 2-1 in favor of Collinsville. Belleville East also ended up knocking Collinsville out of their first step into postseason play last year, after Collinsville took care of Father McGivney in the regional play-in game. Belleville East knocked them out in the regional semifinal. Play by Carl, set up for Ely by Geisen, and down it goes, and another point for Collinsville, 3-1. Collinsville a little taller than they were last year, a little bit more experienced too, so we'll see how Belleville East can react to that. Belleville East has been doing this for a lot longer. Belleville East has been playing boys volleyball since 2009. Collinsville just got started last year. Serve picked up, and Belleville East sends it over. Nice job on the reflexes there by Geisen. Carl gets it over all the way on the back line. Now Belleville East sets it up over here on the near side and shoots it right into the net. Marcus Johnson got up in the air for the Lancers, but hit it right in the net, and Collinsville out to a 4-1 advantage here. Served by Matthew Falby coming up. Falby sends a line drive over onto the near side and sent over, and there's a big kill by Jared Conway. And now back to serve will be Marcus Johnson, the senior. 8 seniors on Belleville East roster. I believe that's about as many as Collinsville has. And one more hit, and they finally get it over. And Collinsville will go to set it up. And nicely done there by Jake Wilkinson, but Belleville East has an answer for it. Falby picks one up in the back line, but Collinsville is going to give up the point on a violation of some sort. I don't know what that was. I didn't see it. 4-3. Lancers have climbed back to within 1. Here's another serve by Johnson. That's a pop fly into the middle, picked up by Jack Geisen. Luke Geisen sets it up for Ely. Onto the back line it goes. Desjardins brings it up front, and then a block that ends up going off of the hands of Ely and out of bounds, and we are tied at 4. Lady Kahawks playing softball at Edwardsville. Right now they're down 12-0 in the top of the 4th. Boys are playing a baseball game that was scheduled for tomorrow, but it got moved to today since we got storms in, and in the second inning, Collinsville has a 2-1 lead. Here it's 5-4, Ely with the serve, and a nice dig there by Belleville East, but it falls over the other side, and we had a net violation by Collinsville, so we're now tied at 5. Into the back line it goes, and the serve coming up from Jared Conway. Conway, well, that ball is way up there. Scorcher goes up front, and Jack Geisen got his hands on it, but it popped off of his hands and went straight out of bounds. Over the net, but out of bounds. 6-5 in favor of Belleville East. Man, this Jared Conway he throws that ball almost up to the scoreboard. Gets a lot of miles per hour on it. That one goes over the net as well. Belleville East trying to set it up. Over here onto the near side for Frepon. That's out of bounds. And Collinsville will tie it up. Camden Desjardins comes back into the game for the Lancers. Back to serve for Collinsville, John Carl, the 6-foot senior. He's up with it. Into the middle, picked up by Johnson. Moved up front. Oh, almost caught Collinsville sleeping there on the second touch. And it's off the net. Lancers stay with it. Now over onto the near side for Stinnett. Stinnett over the head of Ely, and that counts as a point for Belleville East. 7-6. Lancers in the lead. Joey Rauch enters the game for the first time tonight. Here is John Carl going out to the bench. And back to serve for Belleville East is Tanner Stinnett. Stinnett brings it into the net. Free point there for the Kahawks, 7-7. Collinsville making a couple of more changes as Carnahan re-enters the game, as does Dominic Vanderite. He'll come in to serve. Vanderite on the year has served 21. He's only committed 5 errors in that time. Desjardins takes care of it while falling backwards, and then a big kill over on the near side by Will Keck. And Falby checks back into the game. Back to serve, Luke Freppon. He takes it into the middle for Joey Arauk, and that one ends up falling right over. That crawled over the net. Over onto the near side, kill, partially blocked by Carnahan, but off of his hands and straight down onto the floor. And it's 9-7 in favor of Belleville East. Another serve coming up for Freppon. That one's going out. Another free point for the Kahawks there. They'll take it. 1 point deficit for Collinsville, 9-8. Back to serve, Luke Geisen. Luke on the serves this year, 55 serves, no errors. He's batting 100%. Belleville East, and that kill ends up going out of bounds. Caleb Day had the right idea, but couldn't keep it inside the line, and now we're tied at 9. Geisen sends another one over, line drive, near sideline. Set up on the far sideline for Belleville and blocked by Collinsville. And now they got to get it over, and they do, but it's going to be out of bounds. Love the effort. Ball just wouldn't go the way that Geisen wanted it to go. Desjardins back to serve. 10-9 in favor of Belleville East. That one hits the ladder, which the referee stands on. So that's out of bounds. 2-point lead back in favor of the Lancers. And Camden Desjardins continues to serve it up for Belleville East. Into the middle, picked up by Falby. Didn't get a lot on it, but kept it in the air long enough for Ely to get it over the net. And now Belleville East. Desjardins over here to the near side for Johnson. Johnson, that's out of bounds. And Collinsville gets one of those back. John Carl going to check into the game. He'll take the place of Joey Arauk. Jack Geisen back to serve. Geisen pops one low. Picked up on a nice dig by Desjardins. Over to the far side, and no good. We're tied at 11. Jack Geisen serves up another one. Pop fly into the middle. Picked up there by Freppon. Moved over to the near side, and another big kill there by Jared Conway. That dude can get up into the air, and he has got some smoke on that serve, or on that kill. 12-11. Lancers with a 1-point lead. Damian Watson will go back to serve now for Belleville East. Carl takes care of it. Luke Geisen sets it up for Carnahan off of a partial block. Belleville East keeps it alive. All the way on the back line. They get it over, and that one's going to go out of bounds. And we are tied once again. Kahawks only had one Southwestern Conference victory all last year, and that was against Alton. Would be nice to pick up another one against a formidable opponent like Belleville East. Served by Falby, picked up by Desjardins. Moved over into the middle. Johnson gets it over. This time with a little less miles per hour on it. Ely tries to kill it, and it works. It goes out of bounds off of the hands of Marcus Johnson. Collinsville back in front, 13-12. Falby back for another serve. He'll send it over. Desjardins picks it up. Set up over here on the near sideline. That's blocked by Ely, but it ends up going out of bounds. 13-13. Marcus Johnson back to serve for Belleville East. He brings it over, and that one is out of bounds. We'll take the unforced errors any day of the week. Collinsville back up by 1. Back and forth we go here. Ely back to serve once again. Ely sends it over into the middle. Picked up by the Lancers. They'll set it up right in the middle. What a nice dig there by Ely. And then a big kill shot, and it hits the ground, and Collinsville goes up by 2. Ely will go back to serve it up once again. in the middle. Put up in the air by Watson. Set up over here on the near sideline, and that one does find the empty spot. Back to a 1-point lead here for the Kahawks. Jared Conway, already super tall. And he has springs for legs. Here's the serve. Picked up by Falby. Geisen sets it up for Carl. Into the back and picked up over there by Rose. Near side setup. And once again, Carl takes care of it. Sends it over on one shot. Now the Lancers are trying to set it up in the middle. Partial block up front. Stays alive for Ely. Geisen sets it up for Wilkinson. Saved by Falby. Geisen over onto the far side for Carl. It's across. Carl gets it back and kills it. That was a major league kill there by Carl. Collinsville up 16-14. For his efforts, John Carl, the 6-foot senior, will go back to serve. Into the net. Did not want to do that. Joey Rauch will check back in for Carl. Substitution over on the Belleville east side as well. Will Keck will come back in. He'll take the place of Damian Watson. Back to serve for the Lancers is Tanner Stinnett. Stinnett sends it across. Falby picks it up on the back line. Geisen sends it over to his brother Jack. It's over. And now Belleville East and Desjardins sets it up for Keck. Goes over. Collinsville saves it. Falby sets it up on the sideline, and that hits the candy cane pole. And that point belongs to the Lancers, and we are knotted up once again. 16 all. Good first match here. Stinnett readies himself for another serve. Here it is. Into the net. Carnahan comes in, takes Falby's place. Also back into the game is Dominic Vanderite. He'll take the place of Jake Wilkinson. Vanderite back to serve. Does so. Into the middle. Picked up by Desjardins. Moved up front and getting a ladder. Caleb Day, probably the shortest guy on the Belleville east side, but boy, he got up there. 17-17. Lady Kahawks scored a run against Edwardsville, 12-1 in the top of the fifth. Back to serve, Luke Frepon for Belleville East. And Ely picks it up. Geisen sets it up far side for Jack. In the middle, nice dig over there by Frepon. Set up on the far side into Ely. He'll take care of it. Geisen to Geisen, he'll push it over and picked up in the middle. Another setup over here on the near side, and that was off a partial block, but it hits the ground off of the hands of Marcus Johnson. And the Lancers are back out in front by one, 18-17. Frepon ready with another serve. There it is. Picked up by Ely. Popped it straight up into the air. Geisen sends it over to his brother, and while he was out of bounds, well, they say double hit, timeout called. We'll take a timeout as well. Back in just a moment on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Lottie's Cafe offers food, cocktails, and gaming in a great atmosphere highlighted by fast and friendly service. Lottie's Cafe also offers a unique menu that features soups and salads, sandwiches and paninis, pizza and flatbreads, appetizers and desserts, as well as breakfast. That's right, we said breakfast. Unique breakfast items such as a breakfast stromboli, a breakfast BLT, and breakfast burritos. Lottie's also offers creative cocktails, a wine bar, the coldest beer around, and a video gaming area for those 21 and older. And don't forget the Lottie's Cafe gift certificates. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Check them out online at lottiescafe.com, on Facebook, or in person in the Strip next to the Walmart Neighborhood Market. Or call Lottie's Cafe at 618-223-8256. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem.
Welcome back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. Got a good one going on here. Belleville East leads 19-17. We're getting late in this first match. Here comes another serve by Frepon. It's in the middle. Falby picks it up. Geisen, Luke sets it up for Jack, and that one's off the net and down for a point for the Kahawks, 19-18. Luke Geisen back to serve. He'll pop one up in the middle. Desjardins sets up, no one. Off the palm of his hands and down, and no one there to clean it up for Belleville East. And Collinsville has retied this thing at 19. Geisen sends another one over, and another little indecision there by Desjardins. And that one is off of the hands of Falby and into the Kahawk bench. And the Lancers go back up. They hit that 20-point plateau first. Camden Desjardins back to serve. He'll pop a floater back into the back, picked up by Rauch. Luke sets it up for Ely. Ely down the sideline, and that's a point for Collinsville, and we're tied at 20. Well, it'll be Jack Geisen's time to serve. Jack sends it over. Picked up into the middle there by Frepon. Set up once again on this near side. Blocked by Ely. Down for a point for Collinsville. Ely's third block here in this first match. Collinsville out front, 21-20, late in this first match. Jack Geisen ready to serve. Does so. Picked up by Johnson. Moved up front. Oh, what a nice save there by Falby on a big kill try. There is Carl. He gets it across, but a double hit by Collinsville, and that'll tie things back up at 21. Edwardsville Lady Tigers won that softball game in 5 innings, 12-1 over your Lady Kahawks. So the Lady Kahawks still looking for their first win. Geisen sets it up behind him for Ely. Blocked and then accidentally knocked out of bounds. Didn't like to see that. 22-21 Lancers. Damian Watson back to serve it up for Belleville East. Serve picked up by Luke. Or excuse me, Jack to Luke, to Ely. Ely sends it in the back, but too far. 23-21. Another timeout called on the floor, so we'll step aside as well. We're back here in just a moment on the Kahawk Sports Network. Got vinyl? Rich's Record Emporium in Uptown Collinsville can take care of all of your vinyl needs and more. You can peruse through thousands of records, from country to hard-to-find jazz, and classic rock is always in stock at Rich's Record Emporium. Used vinyl, new vinyl, and hard-to-find vinyl. Don't forget to check out the audio room at Rich's, where you can check out the latest in audio gear, from new top-of-the-line speakers to turntables and receivers, plus all of the accessories. Rich's has t-shirts, record cleaners, turntable needles, wall art, and so much more. If you can't find what you're looking for at Rich's, they will do their best to find it for you. Don't forget to mention seeing this ad on the Kahawk Sports Network for a 10% discount at checkout. Rich's Record Emporium, 131 West Main Street in Collinsville, or call 618-795-1333 or online at richesrecordemporium.com. Nice dig by Falby to start off this, but it doesn't matter because once again, getting sky high was Jared Conway and a big kill. And Belleville East 1 point away from wrapping up this first match. And I tell you what, it is nothing like the 25-5 score that Collinsville suffered last year in their first ever matchup against Belleville East. Here comes the serve on the near sideline, picked up and set up for Carl. Carl off of a partial block, that goes down. Collinsville gets the point. Falby back to serve now for the Kahawks. You have to win by 2, so if Collinsville can get this thing back to a 24-24 type thing, then we'll play beyond 25. Here's Falby's serve into the middle, moved up front. Sideline set up for Belleville East, and there's the winner. 25-22 in favor of Belleville East. That was a scintillating match to say the least, but Collinsville drops the first set. And we will go on to the next set after we take a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Looking to buy a new home or sell your current home? Trust the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now, and you can trust the years of experience the Blaylock Group brings to the table. The Blaylock Group can help you find your dream home, or they can help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty, 618-780-4622. That's 618-780-4622. The Blaylock Group of eXp Realty.
I couldn't ask for a better agent, for a better company in a disaster where you have no idea where to start.
I learned that there's not a given in life. It takes a team. There's people that are going to watch out for us and that care.
It's been pretty stressful. Once we saw Lori and got our plan, it's
like a huge weight lifted.
In Collinsville, call Scott Allen at 618-346-1500. Todd Duke here, proud member of the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Whether you call us teachers' aides, paraprofessionals, or educational assistants, it all comes down to one thing: taking care of students. More importantly, your student. Yes, we are there for the teachers, and we help them in any way possible. But our goals are in line with our teachers, in that we want to see our students succeed at not only being a student, but well beyond that as we ready them for the world outside of the classroom. We are Union Strong. We are Kahok Strong. We strive to help students reach their potential. We are the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Go Kahawks!
Chapman Trucking, LLC. Chapman Trucking is a local Collinsville business owned and operated by 1994 Collinsville graduate Christy Chapman. With over 10 years of experience, Chapman Trucking, LLC can take care of all of the heavy lifting when it comes to hauling aggregate materials such as sand, driveway rock, dirt, boulders, and more. That includes getting your heavy work equipment to your work site where it needs to be. Give Christy a call for a free estimate at Chapman Trucking, LLC, 618-960-9346, or online at chapmantruckingllc.net.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, ready for set number 2 between Collinsville and Belleville East. Collinsville has to win this set to send us to a tie-breaking third and final set. So we'll see if the Kahawks got it in them here after dropping a pretty tough match, man. 25-22. Collinsville had a couple of leads, especially late. They went up 21-20. And then Belleville East kind of rattled off 4 points before Collinsville made it 24-22. And then Belleville East got that last point to win it. Here is Luke Geisen ready to start off set number 2 with a serve for the Kahawks. We're underway in set number 2, and Belleville East immediately goes to work, and immediately Jared Conway picks up another kill. So the Lancers with a serve coming up here, and back on the service line is Damian Watson. Watson sends it over, and Geisen to Carnahan, and that one kind of caught Jared Conway in a little bit of a predicament there and went off one arm and onto the other arm. That's a double hit, and then it went down to the ground anyway, so that was going to count for a Collinsville point no matter what. 1-1, we're tied. And a nice block there by Ely, his 4th block here tonight. And he wasn't going to block that one. That one went right in between Carl and Carnahan, off of the hands once again of Jared Conway. 2-1 in favor of Belleville East. Another serve coming up here for the Lancers. And to handle that responsibility is senior Luke Freppon. He serves. Gets over. Falby in the middle. Geisen over to Carl. Carl down the net. And onto the floor it goes. We're tied at 2. Jake Wilkinson will check back in. He'll take the place of Carnahan. And Matthew Falby back to serve. He does so, far sideline. Picked up by Frepon. Into the middle it goes, and this time Conway couldn't kill it hard enough. And now Ely, he'll send it over. Saved by Desjardins. And then Collinsville gets it over on the very first try. Here on the near sideline. Kahok's keep it alive. Ely tries to find that empty spot back in the back. Couldn't do it. And it goes under the net. And that's not allowed. And Collinsville gets the point. And the Kahawks have a 3-2 lead. Falby ready to serve up another. He does. A big line drive shot. Had a lot of speed on that one. Over here on the near side setup. Saved by Falby. He gets it over. Oh, what a big save there by Geisen, but no one can get there. Ely, despite the effort, could not quite get there. And we are tied at 3. (3-3). Conway back to serve. Conway sends a knuckler over, and right off the bat, it goes over. And then a kill once again by Caleb Day, and it's a 4-3 1-point advantage for Belleville East. Freshman lost over in the auxiliary gym in 2 sets. JV has already lost in 2 sets, and the varsity has already lost the first set here. So it's up to the varsity squad here to pick up at least 1 victory tonight. Trying for a match set, but that one's going to go out of bounds. That one. Katie Cease, the girls volleyball coach over here in this far side corner, had to jump out of the way of that one. I think that one went between her legs. 4-4. Ely back to serve for Collinsville. Pops one up in the middle, taken care of by Frepon. And a sideline setup, blocked, but blocked out of bounds. Marcus Johnson checks back into the game for the Lancers. Tanner Stinnett back to serve. Popped up into the back. Jack Geisen pops it way up in the air. Falby, he's back there to take care of it. And sending it over was Carl. Lancers, they set it up on the far sideline. Kill shot good off of the hands of Marcus Johnson. And it's a 2-point advantage now for Belleville East. Another serve coming up here for Tanner Stinnett. That one's popped out of bounds. Collinsville will get an easy point there. 6-5. Lancers with the 1-point advantage. Cardinals and the Blue Jays are all knotted up at 6-all. Opening day for Major League Baseball. That one was killed by Marcus Johnson, but he killed it out of bounds. And we are tied at 6. Just like the baseball game. Back to serve up now is John Carl. Carl sends it over into the back line and out of bounds. Here is August Werner, a junior, back to serve for Belleville East. Lancers have a 1-point lead. Collinsville lost the first set, trying to come back in the second set to force a tie-breaking third. Here is Wilkinson. He gets it over. Set up right in the middle there by Day, but he hits it out of bounds. Collinsville ties it back up at 7. Vanderite checks back into the game. He'll go back to serve. Carnahan back in there as well. He'll go up front. Wilkinson and Falby to the bench. Vanderite sends a pop fly out of bounds. Free point there for Belleville East. Wilkinson didn't, neither did Falby. Both of them are right back in. Well, Wilkinson came back in and then went right back out as Falby took his place. Here is Desjardins. Desjardins sends it. Rauch picks it up in the middle, sent it almost to the scorer's table, and then Carnahan hits it the wrong way. That was a nice save by Geisen off the hit out of bounds by Falby, but Carnahan hit it over into the Belleville East bench. 2-point lead back intact for the Lancers. Here's a knuckleball. Rout picks it up. Geisen sets it up for his brother Jack. Into the net it goes. And a timeout called by Collinsville. We're back here in a moment on the Kahok Sports Network. First National Bank of Waterloo, with over 100 years serving the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo at their Maryville or Collinsville locations for all of your banking, mortgage, and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, call the Collinsville team at First National Bank of Waterloo at 618-345-1121 or visit their Maryville or Collinsville locations or online at fnbwaterloo.bank. First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville is a T3 certified tire dealer and so much more. Sure, Mike's Automotive has tires. They can also help with making sure your entire vehicle is road ready, from belts and hoses to preventative maintenance like oil changes and tire rotation. Plus a lot more than that. Mike's Automotive has 3 locations to choose from. Mike's Automotive in St. Louis and Millstadt, and Mike's Automotive in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call Mike's Automotive at 618-345-0611. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Supposed to be 1-minute timeouts, but they end up being like 30 seconds, and I don't realize it until I'm into my second commercial. That one's out of bounds. Collinsville got a kill by Carnahan. That one goes out of bounds from Belleville East, so Collinsville has climbed back to within 1. And a serve by Luke Geisen. Popped up and set up on the near side. Blocked by Ely, but it goes out of bounds off of his arms. And back to a 2-point advantage for Belleville East. Coming in off the bench for Marcus Johnson is Damian Watson. Watson will go back to serve. And he pops one up into the middle. Falby takes care of it. Geisen sets it up for Ely off the top of the net. Into the back row for the Lancers, and they'll send that one out of bounds. And Collinsville once again finds themselves back to within 1. So now Jack Geisen's turn to serve. Jack sends it over into the middle. Desjardins picks it up, set up in the middle, and a net violation by Collinsville. That was a net violation and a double hit all at the same time, right? Somebody pulled down the net to try to get the ball over. 12-10 in favor of Belleville East. Luke Frepon back to serve. He does, in the middle. Falby pushes it up front. Geisen puts it over to the far side. Carl sends it right across the net and parallel with the net from the far side to the near side. And Collinsville once again back to within 1. Wilkinson will check back in for Carnahan. Serve by Falby, picked up by the opposing libero, Desjardins, over to the near sideline and right in between Falby and Jack Geisen for a point, and back to a 2-point lead now for Belleville East. 6-6, bottom of the 7th. Cardinals at the plate. The new catcher, Wilson Contreras. I got Chris Keller sitting right next to me. He's got all these things on his phone right now. We were paying attention to the Edwardsville softball game. It's over. Going back and forth between baseball, Cardinals and Kahawks. Here's the serve, and boy, that dude is impressive, man. Jared Conway, he can ball. Up front, far side sideline, set up. It's kept alive by Collinsville, but into the middle of the floor where there wasn't a Kahawk. And now it's a 3-point lead here for Belleville East. Jared Conway back to serve again. He'll toss that ball all the way up to the backstop. Backboard picked up by Geisen. Jack to Luke. Oh, and then a little miscommunication there by Carl and Luke Geisen, and that ball ends up being hit by Carl, but He reacted too late, and that ball went into the net. Now a 4-point lead for the Lancers. Back to serve it up again is Jared Conway. Line drive shot, picked up in the back by Geisen. Set up by Ely, or for Ely. He'll get it over. Now a near side set up for Geisen, and another block. This one by Ely and Wilkinson together. And Collinsville back to within 3. The Kahawks have some work to do. Ely will go back to serve. Popped up right up front. Taken care of by Belleville East. They'll set it up for Day, and he'll find an empty spot back in the corner. And back to a 4-point lead here for Belleville East. Tanner Stinnett back to serve now for the Lancers. Into the back, into the middle. Falby sends it up front to Geisen, who sends it over to Carl, and Carl with a big kill. Speaking of, every time Carl kills the ball, it's his turn to serve. John sends it over to the far side sideline, taken care of there by Werner. Set up back for Werner, partially blocked. And a net violation will give the point to the Lancers, 17-13. 4-point lead. Werner goes back to serve. Rauch, he'll come in and take the place of Carl. Werner, he sends one off of the net, and that one is in, according to the sideline judge over there in front of the scorer's table. So now it's a 5-point lead for the Lancers. Werner back to serve up another one. Sinker. Ely takes care of it. Geisen sets it up on the sideline, but there wasn't anybody there. That's usually where Ely is. I think he was expecting Wilkinson to be over there, but that didn't work, and now it's a 6-point lead here for the Lancers. And if Collinsville is going to mount a comeback, they better start right now. Here is Werner, another serve from him. This one more a little popped up in the air. Geisen sets it up for his brother and partially blocked, sent back over, and now Geisen sends it back into the back, and Werner takes care of it. Back to Werner, and he'll send it onto the back line, 20-13 in favor of the Lancers. Another timeout on the floor. We will step aside as well, and we'll be back here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Hello, everybody. This is Mike Ogle with Ogle Auctions, and we hope you are enjoying tonight's game, and go Kahawks. Hey, check us out. Every Sunday night, we have an online auction at www.ogleauctions.com. Everything from grandma's china to grandma's motorcycle helmet, it's all here at Ogle Auctions every Sunday night at 7 p.m. Check us out, and we will see you soon.
Welcome back once again to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. This time they didn't catch me. I just played a 30-second commercial. That's the way to get over it. 20-13, Collinsville trails by 7. Needing to pull out this second set victory to force a third and final tie-breaking set, or else this night will come to a close. This game was scheduled for a 6 o'clock start. It's 6:03. Here is the serve, knuckleball, sinker. Geisen, he'll send it over on the second try. Lancers setting it up in the middle for Day, and he'll exploit the empty spot right behind Geisen as Ely was a little too far back to react. 21-13, Lancers extend their lead. Werner back for another serve. That one's out. Carnahan and Vanderite will come back in. Vanderite will come back to serve. Collinsville trails once again by 7, 21-14. Vanderite serves near sideline. Sent over into the middle and over to the far sideline. Block by Geisen. Carnahan backwards sends it over. Nicely done. And point for Belleville East will send them to 22-14. Wilkinson will come back in. And then he'll go back out. Fowley will take his place. Back to serve is the Lancers libero, Camden Desjardins. His serve, right in the middle, taken care of by Rauch. Gets over there on that first try. And a big kill. Nice save there by Falby. Ely gets it over onto the back line, but hits it too far. Good effort there by Collinsville, just too far off of Ely. And the Lancers smelling victory here, just 2 points away from wrapping this up in 2 sets. Desjardins serves. Rauch saves it on the back line. Geisen to Ely. Ely gets it across. Werner picks it up on the near sideline for Jackson. Jackson's shot too far out of bounds. Collinsville will get that point right back. 23-15. Luke Geisen back to serve. He'll send it across. And into the net. Jared Conway trying to get the Lancers to match point on that kill attempt, but he killed it into the net. Collinsville lives to see another point. Here's another serve by Luke Geisen. Into the middle, picked up by Desjardins, and that one was saved. And a effort there hits the scoreboard in the middle on the third and final hit, so Collinsville gets another point, 23-17. Geisen with another serve. That one barely makes it over. On the near sideline for Jackson. Jackson, he'll send that one over, and a nice dig over there by Geisen, but it had so much speed on it that as soon as it touched Geisen, it went into the scorer's table. 24-17, match point coming up here for Belleville East. Here is Damian Watson to serve. Watson sends it into the middle. Falby picks it up. Geisen sets it up for his brother, Jack. It's over. No one paying attention. Ely got there at the last moment. Now set up for Ely. He'll send it over on a nice soft touch. And then a kill. That was going to go out of bounds. That would have been the winner for Belleville East. And they keep it alive. Collinsville sets it up. Jack Geisen down and out. And that's going to do it. That was a point for Collinsville. That was blocked out of bounds by Belleville East. 24-18. And here is Jack Geisen now back to serve. Jack sends it over. There you go, another block by Carnahan and Ely. Collinsville not done yet. (24-19). Long way to go, though. Here is Geisen. He'll send one into the net, and that is the way that Collinsville loses. That is a heartbreaker. 25-22 the first set, 25-19 in the second set. We'll take a break and come and wrap things up here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our Kahawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a Kahawk, always a Kahawk. Hashtag Kahawk Family. Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking, conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage Team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville produces their own spirits and beer on site, right at the restaurant. Pair that with some of the most unique menu items around the entire metro area, and you can see why they are such a hit. They can handle you and your family, or they can handle you and your group. Throw in the occasional live entertainment, and you can see why Old Herald Brewery and Distillery is a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville, 618-855-8027, or online at oldheraldbrewing.com.
And we welcome you back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. Collinsville drops a tough one here tonight. Southwestern Conference rival Belleville East. Collinsville was in both of these matches. They lost the first one 25-22, lost the second one 25-19. JV got swept 25-9 in their first match, 25-16 in the second. And the freshmen were swept over in the auxiliary gym. The second match we know, 25-17. We just don't know the score of the first one. I'll try to find that out and get back with you. The softball team lost today at Edwardsville 12-1. That was in 5 innings. And the baseball game at last check, 3-1 in the fourth. Collinsville had the lead, but that game is still going on. So that is going to do it for us, and that'll wrap up the week here for us. By the way, Collinsville will be at Edwardsville on Tuesday in boys volleyball action, and that is our next game as well. So we'll be at Edwardsville on Tuesday for that one. And then where are we going to be? We're going to be doing some soccer here at home versus O'Fallon on Thursday. Got a little softball action versus Bree Central on Friday, and then a doubleheader baseball game. That's on the 8th, though, so that's next Saturday, not this coming Saturday. So we're off until Tuesday. So that's going to do it for us. By the way, Collinsville drops their record to 3-2. Belleville East now 7-1-1 on the year. So until Tuesday from Edwardsville High School, my name is Todd Duke. Everybody enjoy the rest of your evening and enjoy your weekend. We'll see you Tuesday here on the Kahok Sports Network.